The title of our video today, my friends, is Program Management versus Project Management. What exactly is the difference? Well, having worked in both, I can tell you that a program manager has many more concerns and intricacies amplified than most project managers do. And that is because a program is a collection of projects. A project is a singular endeavor. Program management can be described as the process of overseeing and coordinating the management of multiple interrelated projects and activities that are aligned with an organization's strategic objectives. A program manager is responsible for ensuring that each project within the program is executed efficiently and effectively. Now, let's get this straight. The program manager is not the project manager on the projects in the program in some circumstances. And that is because they're program managers managing projects being managed by other project managers. In other words, the program is a collection of all of those projects. So the program manager needs to ensure that each project within the program is executed efficiently by the individuals that are responsible for those projects. The program manager is also responsible for ensuring that resources for all those projects are optimized. In other words, the program manager has a grandmaster view of all of those projects. And if those resources are scarce, which they typically are, it is the program manager's job to ensure that the resources are optimized appropriately and sensibly across all those projects in the program. And lastly, ensure that the program goals are achieved. So you could say program management involves a holistic and strategic view of the projects, considering their interdependencies, their risks, their benefits, in some instances, taking a look at the interdependencies of the customer. If we're talking about the same customer, it's easier. But if we have a program of projects across different companies, different customers, then it becomes a very difficult balancing act and challenging for program managers. The program managers need to ensure that those projects, the benefits, the interdependencies, all those variables are working together to achieve a common goal. Program management is typically used where we have large, complex work that involves projects in the tech industry that requires coordination, for example, of multiple teams and resources, or we could have construction programs or healthcare programs and so on. So depending on your experience, you might find yourself working as a program manager, managing many projects yourself. I have been in programs where I managed the projects in the program. I've also been in programs where I was one of the project managers, but the program manager, and I had other project managers reporting in to my program. It really depends. Let's talk about program management domains to give you some clarity about how this works. First of all, up here, you can see we have strategic alignment. This domain involves ensuring that the program objectives align with the organization's goals. Then we have benefits management, tracking and making sure that the benefits of the program are realized. Stakeholder engagement involves identifying, analyzing, and managing needs of stakeholders. Governance involves establishing policies, procedures, and controls for the program. Program planning involves developing a comprehensive program plan. Risk and issue management involves identifying program-related risks and issues. Program execution involves managing and coordinating the various projects within the program to ensure that they are delivered on time, within budget, and to the desired quality. Program monitoring and control involves tracking the progress and reporting up those progress. Program closure involves transitioning the program deliverables to the business and ensuring that the benefits of the program have been realized. Now, when it comes to project management, this is a different world. It's not as large scale as programs. Most projects are Not that long in terms of the duration. Most projects I have been on do not exceed 2 years. They're very short, but programs could go on for several years, especially in the government space. This is one way you can look at economies of scale, the resources used, the duration, and so on. Now, there are some exceptions, but generally projects are not that long. In fact, the average project is less than a year in my experience. Programs with several projects tend to be longer. So you could say that project management is the application of knowledge and skills, tools, and techniques to achieve project objectives. It involves coordinating resources and tasks and activities to make sure that you get the work done within these specified constraints. Projects are managed by a PM, a project manager, and the project are carried out by team members, the tasks on the project. The major goal of the project is to complete a deliverable, a product, service, or result, leading to benefits, value, and a favorable outcome for the customer. Now let's examine the areas of a project. Taking a look at these areas of a project, my friend, we can see here that project integration management is an area, and this involves the coordination of everything on the project. Scope management is all about identifying that work needs to be done and lumping up that work that needs to be done and ensuring that it is well defined. Schedule management is breaking down the work into smaller pieces called tasks or activities. Cost management involves costing the project. Quality management involves adhering to quality standards that have been identified. Resource management is all about acquiring resources, human equipment, materials, supplies, and facilities, and ensuring those are effectively managed. Project communications management involves effectively communicating throughout the project. Risk management involves dealing with unknowns, identifying risks, analyzing them, and developing plans for them. Project procurement management involves selecting a seller or sellers, awarding a contract, and managing the contract in order to get the work done. And lastly, we have stakeholder management, and this includes processes and activities required to identify, manage, and engage the work of stakeholder management. Now, when we say engaging stakeholders, it's a softer word than managing stakeholders. So we generally say engage our stakeholders. And now, my friends, you've got an idea of both. We've taken a look at both project management and program management. Now let's go a step further and compare both in these economies of scale, these factors. When it comes to scope, project manager manages a single project, program manager manages multiple interdependent projects and may not be the project manager on all those projects. When we look at the timeline, it focuses on short-term goals and deadlines. When it comes to programs, a program manager works with longer-term objectives and timelines. When it comes to deliverables, the project manager focuses on delivering a specific product, service, or result. Programs focus on delivering a broader outcome or business goal. When it comes to budgets, the area of budgets, the project manager is responsible for managing project budgets and cost. When it comes to programs, program manager manages program budgets and optimizes resources. So the budgets and the lower level projects roll up into this bigger level program. When it comes to team size, generally projects will have a smaller team size. Programs, much larger team with multiple project managers reporting to them. When it comes to risk, project manager focuses on project risks. When it comes to programs, the project manager needs to focus on high-level overall program risks. Stakeholder management, project manager manages the engagement of stakeholders on the project. Program manager manages the engagement of stakeholders across multiple projects and teams. When it comes to reporting, the project manager provides regular updates to project stakeholders The program manager provides regular updates to program stakeholders. Communication between the project team and stakeholders. In the world of programs, it's across a much wider array. And believe me, there are usually a lot of external stakeholders as well. Even shareholders in the firm could be some of the individuals that the program manager communicates with. When it comes to metrics, project manager measures success based on project-specific metrics. The program manager measures success based on program-level metrics and outcomes. So in economies of scale, I would say the program manager, under most circumstances, is a more challenging job, higher stakes job, higher visibility, spans across a wider timeline. So if this is something that you're thinking of getting into, I hope this has given you some better context for you to understand what could be required in your role of a program manager. And don't forget, I've got a 1-hour video on this channel where you can get a much broader breakdown of program management according to PMI's program management standard. I look forward to seeing you in another video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.